Hello friends. Have you ever wondered what happens when fire meets fire, ambition meets passion, and two unstoppable energies collide? Today, we're diving deep into the fascinating world of zodiac compatibility between a Leo man and a Sagittarius woman. Is it an epic love story, a fiery friendship, or perhaps a business empire in the making? Let's unravel it all: love, sex, marriage, friendship, and business. No stone left unturned. Love compatibility, a cosmic firestorm. When a Leo man and a Sagittarius woman meet, the universe seems to hold its breath for a moment. Their chemistry isn't just strong, it's a magnetic pull, a cosmic collision that ignites from the very first glance. Leo, ruled by the radiant sun, walks through life with an aura of confidence, a charisma that demands attention without ever needing to ask for it. His presence is golden, almost royal, glowing with self-assurance and an undeniable need for admiration. Sagittarius, by contrast, is governed by the expansive and jovial planet Jupiter. She strides through life with unshakable optimism, an endless thirst for adventure, and a fierce love of freedom that feels almost revolutionary. Imagine two shooting stars not simply crossing paths but dancing around each other in the velvet expanse of a midnight sky. Their light isn't diminished by proximity, it grows exponentially, each feeding off the other's brilliance. Leo is instantly captivated by Sagittarius's electric spirit, the way her laugh fills a room, the way her stories seem dipped in the magic of places most only dream about. She's a living embodiment of curiosity and wonder, and Leo, though often the center of attention, finds himself willingly orbiting her unpredictable world. Meanwhile, Sagittarius is enchanted by Leo's unapologetic passion for life. His grand gestures, whether it's surprising her with an extravagant date or defending her dreams like a knight of old, resonate with her deep belief that life should be nothing less than epic. She loves how he lights up every space he enters, turning the mundane into the extraordinary just by being himself. In Leo, she sees a partner who not only appreciates her wild heart but matches her ambition step for step. And yet, because even fairy tales have their dragons, there are tensions lurking beneath the sparks. Leo, with all his warmth and generosity, craves a kind of loyalty that sometimes borders on worship. His love language is often one of reverence. He doesn't just want to be loved, he wants to be celebrated. Sagittarius, fiercely independent and allergic to anything resembling control, can struggle with these expectations. Her love is wide and deep but never suffocating. She offers loyalty not through constant validation but through unwavering presence, a nuance that a more sensitive Leo might sometimes misinterpret as emotional distance. The potential for friction lies here. Leo's hunger for reassurance might clash with Sagittarius's instinct to roam emotionally, mentally, and sometimes even physically. He might demand declarations and displays she finds unnecessary, while she might feel trapped by expectations she never agreed to meet. But the secret to their lasting connection isn't suppression, it's balance. If Leo can learn to trust Sagittarius's loyalty without demanding constant proof, he grants her the freedom she needs to stay passionately committed. If Sagittarius can learn to recognize and feed Leo's need for affirmation without feeling compromised, she creates a sanctuary where both their fires burn brighter, not weaker. Their love, when nurtured properly, becomes a dance, not of dominance, but of mutual exaltation. Instead of Leo trying to dim Sagittarius's adventurous spirit or Sagittarius trying to downplay Leo's need for adoration, they must find ways to celebrate these traits in each other. Leo teaches Sagittarius the profound beauty of being fully seen and adored, while Sagittarius reminds Leo that true love isn't about possession, it's about choosing each other freely, every single day. In their best moments, they inspire awe in everyone around them, a couple so full of vitality, warmth, and shared dreams that others can't help but be drawn into their gravitational pull. Their life together can feel like a never-ending journey, full of new worlds to explore, stories to write, and victories to share. Quote to remember: freedom in love doesn't mean distance, it means dancing together without stepping on each other's toes. Sexual chemistry, fireworks and firestorms. Let's be honest, when a Leo man and a Sagittarius woman come together in the bedroom, fireworks doesn't even begin to cover it. Their connection is so electric, so explosive, that even the air around them seems to crackle with anticipation. It's not a timid, careful exploration, it's a fearless dive headfirst into passion, a joyful, almost reckless celebration of mutual attraction. They don't just close the door and turn down the lights, they tear the script apart and write their own epic of love, desire, and raw, unfiltered emotion. Leo, ever the proud performer, enters the intimate space with a deep desire not just to satisfy but to astound. He brings the full weight of his charisma, his sensuality, and his intense focus, determined to be the best his partner has ever experienced. Praise isn't just appreciated by Leo, it's almost necessary, fueling his drive and making him even more attentive. He wants to be unforgettable, to leave his mark on Sagittarius's body, mind, and heart. Sagittarius, meanwhile, is the ultimate adventurer in intimacy. She isn't interested in routine or predictability. Instead, she thrives on the unknown, the surprise of a sudden touch, the thrill of trying something spontaneous, the freedom to let passion take over without overthinking. Her light-hearted, curious approach to sex lifts Leo's energy even higher, encouraging him to be playful, creative, and bold. With Sagittarius, Leo finds a partner who doesn't just match his passion but multiplies it, pushing boundaries and inventing new ways to connect. Their sexual relationship is rarely static. It shifts, evolves, and reinvents itself constantly, driven by Sagittarius's need for variety and Leo's desire for ever greater expressions of love and admiration. One night might be a slow, sensual symphony of touches and whispers, the next could be a wild, uninhibited exploration that feels almost like a daring adventure. Boredom is virtually impossible, their encounters burn with intensity and are peppered with laughter, teasing, and a genuine sense of fun. But the very fire that makes them so magnetic also carries the seeds of potential conflict. Leo, despite his outward bravado, often harbors a deep emotional vulnerability. He wants to feel irreplaceable, to know he holds a special place in Sagittarius's ever-wandering heart. If he senses that her attentions are too fleeting, or if she treats intimacy too casually, his insecurities can ignite, sometimes leading to demands for validation that Sagittarius might find stifling. Sagittarius, for her part, needs to feel that sex remains an act of freedom and joy, not an obligation or a performance. If Leo's need for emotional affirmation becomes too heavy, she might pull away, not out of malice, but as an instinct to protect her independence. To her, love flourishes in openness, not expectation. Any pressure to conform or reassure constantly could lead her to retreat, cooling their fiery passion in an instant. This delicate balance, between Leo's emotional hunger and Sagittarius's craving for freedom, is the axis upon which their sexual compatibility spins. Their greatest challenge lies in communication. Leo must express his needs without making Sagittarius feel trapped, while Sagittarius must show affection in ways that reassure Leo without sacrificing her authenticity. Honest conversations, mutual respect, and a shared commitment to keeping the energy playful and alive are their saving graces. When they manage this balance, the results are nothing short of magical. Their intimacy transcends the physical, becoming a dance of two wild spirits meeting in a place of total acceptance and unfiltered connection. It's not just about pleasure, it's about joy, mutual admiration, and an almost sacred celebration of life itself. They aren't just bodies coming together, they are two fires merging, each one burning brighter because of the other. In their best moments, they create a rhythm so natural, so exhilarating, that it feels less like making love and more like breathing in sync. There's an unmistakable sense that together, they could set the world ablaze, not in destruction, but in radiant, life-affirming passion. Their bedroom becomes a temple of excitement, laughter, tenderness, and raw, consuming desire. Quote to remember: the wildest flames are not those that consume everything, they are the ones that light the way into uncharted territory, hand in hand, heart to heart. Marriage, royalty meets nomad. Marriage between a Leo man and a Sagittarius woman isn't built on the foundation of tradition, it's built on the thrill of the extraordinary. It's the kind of union that doesn't just survive, it blazes through life with adventure, ambition, and a mutual love for making the most out of every moment. Forget the white picket fence, the neatly mowed lawn, and the matching pajamas on Sunday mornings. This marriage is far more likely to involve plane tickets, big dreams, and an ever-changing horizon line. Their wedding isn't just a ceremony, it's a statement: we will not live quietly. We will not love quietly. For Leo, marriage is the ultimate stage, a chance to build something grand and meaningful, a legacy worthy of admiration. He dreams of a beautiful home, children raised with honor and affection, and a partner who stands proudly beside him through life's triumphs and trials. Love, to Leo, must be seen, celebrated with affection, loyalty, and shared victories. His commitment is deep, loyal, and fiery, and he seeks a partner who values the sacredness of the bond just as much as he does. Sagittarius, however, views marriage through an entirely different lens. To her, it's not about possessions, appearances, or even security. It's about partnership, two individuals walking side by side, both free to chase their personal growth while being each other's fiercest supporters. She doesn't dream of the perfect home or the perfect photo album, she dreams of a life full of learning, exploration, and endless horizons. Marriage, to her, is a launch pad, not an anchor. Their biggest hurdle? Expectations. Leo, for all his generous heart, might unconsciously expect Sagittarius to eventually settle into traditional roles, maybe become more home-centered, more predictable, more focused on their shared kingdom. He might crave more structure, more rituals, and a home base where he can shine and where their life together is rooted. Sagittarius, on the other hand, might expect Leo to continue indulging her ever-expanding quests for freedom, adventure, and self-discovery. She hopes, and sometimes assumes, that the thrilling energy that brought them together will always stay as wild and uncontained as the day they met. These differing visions of marriage could create friction if not addressed with honesty and empathy. Leo could feel neglected or unappreciated if Sagittarius prioritizes her personal adventures over their shared life. Sagittarius could feel trapped or misunderstood if Leo demands a version of stability that feels like confinement. Neither is wrong, they simply operate from different definitions of what love and partnership should look like. The magic happens when they realize that their marriage doesn't have to fit anyone's mold but their own. A Leo-Sagittarius union thrives when it embraces flexibility, shared dreams, and a commitment to growing together rather than growing apart. Instead of clinging to the societal picture of what marriage should be, they must build a dynamic life that evolves with them. They are at their best when they're supporting each other's passions, when Leo cheers for Sagittarius's wild ideas, and when Sagittarius grounds Leo's ambitions with faith and excitement rather than skepticism. Picture them owning a sprawling villa in Tuscany one year, the kind of place where Leo can host glittering parties, basking in the admiration of friends and strangers alike, while Sagittarius regales the crowd with wild tales of their latest escapades. Then fast forward a few years, maybe they're running a wildlife sanctuary in Kenya, with Leo using his natural leadership skills to build a community and Sagittarius organizing educational adventures for visitors. Their life will rarely look the same for 2 years in a row, and that's exactly how they like it. Stability, in their world, isn't about staying in one place or repeating the same routines. Stability is about a constant, unwavering commitment to each other's spirits. It's about knowing that, no matter how many countries they live in, projects they start, or risks they take, they are a team. It's a bond built not on control, but on trust. A trust that says, go as far as you need to go, I'll be right here when you come home. The Leo man brings warmth, celebration, and purpose to the marriage, ensuring that Sagittarius never feels taken for granted or invisible. The Sagittarius woman brings excitement, optimism, and fearlessness, ensuring that Leo never feels his dreams have limits. Together, they don't just share a home, they share a world of possibility. But make no mistake, this marriage requires constant nurturing. Leo must remember that love cannot be measured solely in devotion and proximity, it must also be measured in freedom and support. Sagittarius must remember that adventure doesn't always mean being alone, sometimes the greatest journey is letting yourself be truly, vulnerably loved. Friendship, the unstoppable duo. If romance between a Leo man and a Sagittarius woman can sometimes be a thrilling roller coaster, then their friendship is pure, effortless magic, the kind of bond that feels more like finding a missing piece of your soul than just meeting someone new. It's vibrant, liberating, and filled with the kind of loyalty that doesn't suffocate but uplifts. With each other, they don't just pass the time, they ignite it. Leo brings a natural warmth and generosity into the friendship that immediately makes Sagittarius feel seen and appreciated. He's the friend who remembers birthdays without Facebook reminders, who shows up when no one else does, and who always brings a little bit of sparkle to even the most ordinary days. His sense of pride extends to his friends, he's fiercely loyal, the kind who brags about Sagittarius's latest adventures and achievements like they were his own. Sagittarius, in turn, adds an infectious spirit of adventure and boundless curiosity to the relationship. She's the one suggesting they take a random road trip 3 states away just because the stars look better there. She challenges Leo not to take himself too seriously, pulling him out of his own spotlight every once in a while and reminding him that life isn't just about admiration, it's about experience. With her laughter echoing in his ears, Leo feels lighter, freer, and more alive. Together, they are the kind of friends who turn everyday moments into lifelong memories. They might start a casual brunch and end up booking a last-minute flight to Vegas. They might dare each other to try salsa dancing despite having 2 left feet, and end the night leading a spontaneous conga line through the city streets. Their friendship isn't about playing it safe, it's about embracing life's chaos and beauty with open arms and full hearts. And it's not just about the thrill. There's an unspoken trust between them that's as solid as it is rare. Leo provides a rock-steady presence that Sagittarius can lean on when her free spirit starts to feel a little unmoored. He believes in her, even when she's chasing dreams that seem ridiculous to everyone else. Meanwhile, Sagittarius offers Leo something even more precious, unconditional acceptance. She doesn't just admire his grandeur, she sees the real man behind the bravado and loves him for it, flaws and all. What makes their friendship truly unstoppable is how they challenge each other without bruising each other's pride. Leo encourages Sagittarius to see the value in commitment, not as a trap, but as a tool for reaching even bigger goals. Sagittarius teaches Leo that vulnerability doesn't diminish his strength, it enhances it. Instead of competing, they complement. Instead of criticizing, they cheer. They are mirrors that reflect each other's best selves back, even when one temporarily forgets their own brilliance. Conflict between them is rare, but when it happens, it's often a flash of fire rather than a slow burn. A harsh word here, a stubborn stance there, but it rarely lasts. Both signs value honesty and authenticity far too much to let petty grievances fester. Leo might sulk for a moment if he feels slighted, and Sagittarius might disappear for a day if she feels smothered, but deep down, both know they're solid. They don't need daily check-ins or constant affirmation to sustain their bond. Their friendship is a living, breathing force that feeds off mutual respect and shared zest for life. If they ever decide to collaborate professionally, watch out, they could be an unstoppable creative force. Leo's leadership, ambition, and flair combined with Sagittarius's big-picture thinking, innovation, and refusal to accept limits could easily build companies, movements, or even revolutions. Together, they dream bigger, push harder, and lift each other to heights they might never have reached alone. At the heart of it all is a simple, sacred truth: they make life more fun, more meaningful, and more extraordinary for each other. Neither needs to pretend, shrink, or apologize for their larger-than-life personalities. In fact, the bigger they dream, the harder they laugh, and the wilder they imagine, the stronger their bond becomes. Friendship motto: life's too short for boring friends. Let's make some history together. Business compatibility: dream big, act bigger. Can a Leo man and a Sagittarius woman build an empire together? Absolutely, and not just any empire, but one that is bold, visionary, and infused with the kind of passion that turns ordinary ventures into legendary successes. When these two fire signs unite in the professional arena, they create a dynamic partnership that's almost unstoppable. Each brings strengths the other needs, and when they learn to harmonize their styles, there's virtually no limit to what they can achieve. Leo, the consummate leader, steps into any project with a natural sense of authority and purpose. He knows how to inspire people, how to set a vision and then rally others around it. His confidence isn't just surface-level bravado, it's a deep, unshakable belief in success, and that belief is contagious. Employees, investors, clients, everyone feels safer when Leo is at the helm. His ability to organize chaos into a grand, purposeful mission makes him indispensable in any business partnership. Sagittarius, by contrast, is the visionary, the dreamer who isn't content with playing it safe. She brings a wealth of fresh ideas, fearless innovation, and a "let's not just do it, let's do it better than anyone ever has" attitude. Her mind moves quickly, leaping over obstacles and imagining possibilities others wouldn't dare consider. Where Leo builds the ship, Sagittarius points to the horizon and says, "Let's sail to that star over there." She challenges stagnation at every turn, refusing to settle for anything less than extraordinary. Together, they are a force of nature. Their businesses are likely to reflect their personalities, vibrant, adventurous, and larger than life. They might start a boutique travel company that specializes in once-in-a-lifetime experiences, or a creative agency that redefines branding with soul and story, or even a nonprofit that takes on global challenges with fearless optimism. Whatever their industry, it won't be boring, and it certainly won't be conventional. But passion and talent alone aren't enough to guarantee success. Potential pitfalls lie hidden along the way, and they must be acknowledged if their partnership is to thrive. Leo's leadership, though inspiring, can sometimes tilt into authoritarianism. His desire to see a vision realized exactly as he imagines it may cause him to micromanage or dismiss new ideas prematurely. Sagittarius, fiercely independent and allergic to constraint, may react poorly to any hint of being controlled, leading her to act impulsively or make reckless decisions without consulting her partner. Their greatest danger lies in their stubbornness. Both can be so convinced of their own brilliance that compromise feels like defeat. If Leo demands absolute loyalty and Sagittarius insists on absolute freedom, their business dreams could crash before they even take flight. The antidote? Clear communication, mutual respect, and, most critically, a shared mission that excites both of them at a soul-deep level. They must align not just on goals, but on values. Leo needs to recognize that Sagittarius's wild ideas are not threats to his leadership, but rocket fuel for their shared success. Sagittarius needs to understand that Leo's structure isn't meant to cage her spirit but to give their dreams a tangible, lasting form. In practice, this might mean formalizing roles, Leo as the CEO who ensures that visions are executed with precision, Sagittarius as the creative director who constantly pushes the company toward innovation and relevance. Regular check-ins, open brainstorming sessions, and a commitment to giving each other space to lead in their own domains will be essential. When they trust each other's genius, when Leo protects and elevates Sagittarius's ideas, and Sagittarius trusts Leo to bring those ideas to life, magic happens. They are the type of partners who could turn a tiny startup into a global sensation, who could reimagine an industry from the ground up, who could create not just a business, but a movement. Their business ventures are likely to reflect their personal ideals, bold, ethical, driven by passion rather than just profit. Causes like education, travel, environmental conservation, or cultural enrichment are likely to appeal to them more than cold, purely financial pursuits. They're not just building wealth, they're building a legacy, something that will inspire, change, and uplift others. Their partnership, at its best, will be characterized by a contagious energy that draws collaborators, investors, and customers to them naturally. People will want to be part of whatever they're creating because it feels exciting, fresh, and meaningful. And make no mistake, they'll work hard, but it will rarely feel like work because their passion will fuel them through late nights, setbacks, and the inevitable growing pains of building something extraordinary. Final thoughts. A Leo man and a Sagittarius woman together are like a wild summer storm, thrilling, unpredictable, sometimes a little chaotic, but undeniably beautiful. When they honor each other's strengths, Leo's loyalty and generosity, Sagittarius's spirit and honesty, they can build relationships that are the stuff of legends. Whether as lovers, friends, or partners in crime, they ignite something unforgettable in each other. So, what's stronger, the fire that burns out quickly, or the fire that lights a lifetime? With Leo and Sagittarius, it's up to them to decide.